Hello and welcome back to Mile High Discussions, our spring 2020 reboot season. I am your host, Braden Peltz, guest hosting for Professor Brian Weaver and producer Andrew Moore. This season of Mile High Discussions, we are busy exploring ideas about communication with each other on planet Earth. We are envisioning our show as something as a communications cafe. Since our last episode, we have been engaging viewers in a lot of fun and rich discussions. So for as long as we are at our cafe, we will continue to offer viewers an interactive menu from which they can engage, learn, grow, study, explore, research, enjoy, and express themselves, all in the pursuit of education, wisdom, and knowledge. Today's episode is going to be centered around the LGBTQ plus community. What about the LGBTQ plus community, might you ask? Well, in this trying time of the coronavirus, it is good to try and keep your mind clear and centered so that you can keep a positive mindset. Things that I do to try to keep a positive mindset is writing poetry or listening to music. Things that I do to try and keep a positive mindset is writing poetry and listening to music. So let me share one of my poems that you have an idea of what I'm talking about. This poem is called My True Colors, and I wrote this when I was trying to come out to my parents and family. So True Colors by me, Braden Peltz. If you truly love me, then read this with ease. This is going to come out like the rainbow inside of me. This is who I am, so you better get ready. The LGBTQ plus community is where I am heading. There are so many words I cannot describe who I am truly to myself inside. I am coming out to you so that I don't have to hide. Please do not discourage me or I might cry. Inside and out, I am who I am. If that is not good enough to you, then I am a sham. I cannot be who you want me to be. I can only be who I'm supposed to be because this is how God created me. Please do not be angry. Please do not cry. I just want to tell you that I'm pansexual. I know what you are thinking. How the hell do you know? I am wanting to love myself and grow. This experience is new to me. This experience is new to you. I just do not want to get a big F you. I hope you can accept me. I hope you can appreciate me. This is who I am supposed to be. Rainbow or not, I am still your son. I hope you do not have to put me on the run because life is supposed to be fun and my new life has just begun. So that was my poem, My True Colors, and I wanted to share that with you because writing poetry is a hard and scary thing to do. It can also be really mentally liberating and freeing. It gets all of your emotions, both good and bad, onto the page. Let me give you one more example of how poetry can really help you express how you are feeling. To just release all of your emotion onto the page, no matter if it is good or bad. This next poem is called Life is a Bitch. I wrote it when one of my friends committed suicide my junior year of high school. Her story is a sad one, and it really struck home to me. It fit around the concept of this video that is both around the LGBTQ plus community and clearing your mind. So my friend's name was Aurora, and she had step-parents that she lived with in her everyday life. Her step-parents did not treat her well at all. My friend was a part of the LGBTQ plus community. She was gay. For as long as I have known her, she did not feel that she could be herself because her parents did not approve of who she was. Another obstacle was that her parents are Mormon, so her parents had biased hatred towards her because she was gay. She was forced to go into therapy and try to convert her straight. All the time she would come to me broken down and hurt because that was happening to her. Then one night she called me and was asking me for advice about how she was going to handle living life because her parents did not love her because she was gay. At that time, I did not have any answers for her. I just tried sticking with her through all of this and be a really great friend. Then a few days later, after that phone call, I was given another phone call from a mutual friend of ours. Her name is Kate. And that's when I found out she had committed suicide. And then a week later, after that Friday, I went to her funeral. So that is the story behind this next poem. It is called Life is a Bitch by yours truly. It's life is a bitch. It can all be over in a snitch. One day you are on top of the world, the next day you are not. What is life for? If in the end we all die, I just hope I do not cry. Because I do not want to see it all go by. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days gone. 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, why? It's short. I was going through a lot of emotions writing that, so I didn't really have the bandwidth to write a longer poem. But to my friend Aurora, the only way she could have cleared her mind in that situation, to her, was to kill herself. I do not ever want to see another person suffer as she did. I want to give you some ways to try and cope with all of your emotions, especially if you are in like an LGBTQ plus community or any other community going through anything like that. Now, another way I try to keep my mind clear and focused is by listening to some music. I am a religious person myself, so I find music, like God in music. So that's part of the reason why I listen to music, to help clear my mind, to get myself closer to God. Then, when I am in a really low place, I put on bands and artists that really speak to me and help me clear my mind. People like Demi Lovato, Lady Gaga, Skillet, Third Day, Toby Mac, NF, and many other artists. And I really love listening to like physical CDs and vinyl, so I have this cool setup in my room so I can jam out some tunes if I need to or want to. And as the music is playing, I either just sit on my bed and silently listen to the lyrics and be one with the music, or I just like to go dance around in my room, get all the emotions out. Maybe I scream and shout, just try to get all of the anger or sadness or whatever, or happiness I'm feeling out into the room. It's also another way to mentally liberate myself. And then also I find that if you have to cry, then cry. It feels good and it really helps. Yes, I find crying good. But thank you for observing this episode of Mile High Discussions, where I talked about how to clear your mind and try not to let things, no matter how bad they feel, get you down. If it is homophobic parents or any other situation, I had the honor today to guest host for Professor Brian Weaver and producer Andrew Moore. In closing, and on behalf of Professor and Andrew and the team at Mile High Discussions, I wish everyone a lot of luck, love, health, happiness, peace, prosperity, safety, security, wholesome healing, and right energy out there in our world, class, city, and where we all belong. Until next time, we will see you right back here on Mile High Discussions, where we will discuss communication in even greater depth and with more glorious simplicity and complexity. Also, if you or someone you know is having thoughts or hearing or of hurting themselves, then please call the number 1-800-273-8255. Thank you.